in terms of hydration, for most of human history, children and pregnant women and everybody had to drink beer every meal, otherwise the water could be have toxic bacteria in the yeast. It's amazing. It's a miracle how yeast works under a microscope. So essentially what you're tasting in the carburation in the carbonated beverage is the yeast consuming other bacteria and essentially farting these strains of it becomes self-consuming. Yeast eventually starts eating itself, and that's when yeast goes rancid and starts turning into a hooch. At the top, you'll get this dark, dark, dark black liquid death secreting to the top of your sourdough starter. That's filled with a lot of things that you would not want to put inside of your body, but because it's also become alcoholic, the alcohols will sanitize it, but you should not drink that hooch. You need to discard it and you need to remove like probably 80 or 95% of that starter and add fresh flour as a replacement. Here's some really cool studies. Number one, autolyse with flour. So basically, how the water molecules absorb into the molecules of dry flour. Number two, how yeast gets added to flour and starts consuming the flour until that it's out of available grains to snack on, then it will start eating itself. That's where fermentation is actually like the yeast bacteria symbiotic culture of yeast and bacteria starting to self-consume, but you're adding fresh. Once it self-consumes too much, you're going to get a high percentage of alcohol floating on the top. So like feed your sourdough starter or make sure it's retarded in the freezer or fridge. There's another thing that's a very interesting study. There's thousands and thousands of research papers just on baking, just on analyzing under a microscope the entire baking process, even stuff that's like how salt dissolves in water isn't. There's so many studies on that. There's words there that I forgot about. Yeah.